Okay, welcome back. This is SJ Brian, and we're gonna go into my shop. Okay, so you know that I found all kinds of crazy stuff, and I know what you're thinking. Brian, have you ever found any tokens? Because I seem to find all kinds of odds and ends. Some people, when they go out metal detecting or treasure hunting, they're into coins and jewelry, and I have found a lot of coins and jewelry, but I seem to find a lot more odds and ends, you know, like all these watch fobs and medals and stuff like that. But you know, have I found any tokens? Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. I just found this token last Monday, and let's see if we can see it a little bit better. This says, this might be hard to see, but it's good for one drink or a cigar. It has a picture of a cigar, and it is at the Lafayette, and it's hard to read it, but it actually says saloon, and that is for a small obscure town in California called Etna, E-T-N-A. I have no idea where that is, but my token book, which is pretty massive, doesn't even list it, so I'm hoping it's worth a small fortune. So in the early days, what I used to do was I used to put all my coins, like a lot of people do, put them in the cardboard flips and put them in the binder, and I don't really do that anymore, but this is what I did in those days. And for example, you find a lot of these railroad tokens or bus tokens. I think they're railway tokens, I think that's what they say. These are pretty common. I think every city and every town across America, they probably have these. And then I started finding other tokens. Here's one. You can see what that says. A lot of these came out of dumps, so they're really ugly. So you just have to go off of what the description says. I don't really know what that's for. This is a trade token. This is a Maverick token. A Maverick token will just have something like that, like just a 5, and it probably won't have a town on it. But it's still a token. It's still cool. Schutzen Park in San Jose no longer exists. I found a lot of tokens, I guess in 1997, if you're looking at the dates at the bottom. Good for a pack of cigarettes. That's crazy. Some guy named George Letcher, good for 5 cents in trade. Telephone token. This one is good for one drink. That's in San Jose. Sacramento. That's aluminum token, has a hole in it. This is that's an aluminum token, but I don't know what it's for. I think it's I don't know. I found another one just like it. There was a house that had just tons of these tokens, and I only got a couple of them. Let's see, that's good for a drink. Oh, okay, so this one right here is good for a drink. On what the reverse side says. This token up here is one of my rarest tokens that I have. It's New York Saloon, San Jose. Albion Hotel, Oberon Cafe. That was a railroad token, I believe. This is another saloon token. That's a rare one. I sold a token just like that was bent in half for 80 bucks. Tax token, really common. Colorado, really common. That's the very first token I ever found. Found it with my dad in a modern school. I guess it's some Vietnamese military service thing. Oh, that's actually on the other page. Here's a billiard token, Arizona, which is rare. Usually don't find them out of state. This one is good for 5 cents in trade. Tax token, Tom's Cabin, good for 10 cents. That's an odd denomination. That one I don't know. Phoenix Bar. This is actually a really good token. It's aluminum, and it's amazing. Colgate. This is another one of the first ones I ever found. Good for $2. That's really odd. Stanford Company Exchange. Milkman's Headquarters, good for 5 cents at the bar. This one's good for 5 cents in trade. These ones with the holes in them, I believe, are used for circuses or carnivals. Usually the ones with the holes in them are much newer. They're like 20s, 30s, and 40s. You know, they're kind of a bummer to dig, but I dig them up. I take them anyway. You know. I guess I got 2 of those. Oh, I didn't even know that. I don't know what that is. That's San Francisco, Detroit. Some kind of advertising token, I guess. Tony's Place. Tesla Dairy. This, believe it or not, even though it's really tore up, this is a super rare token. There was only 3 of these. No, and I was able to find all 3. But I don't know where my other 2 are. They're probably in the house somewhere. This was a ghost. This was a mining town that washed away in the 1920s, and now it's a motorcycle park. American Dairy. This one's the size of a dime. It's really small. These are bakeries. I found a cache of these one time. Let's see if I can pan out. I found a cache of these things. I found a clump of them. I don't know where that clump is at, but I found like 50 of them underneath a barn. And then everybody's favorite tokens that they hate to dig. Uncle Sam. There's a half dollar, quarter. I don't even want to go over those. I hate those things. They all look like half dimes or some type of silver coin, and then of course they're not. Here's some more tokens that I have up here. Western Hotel, Crockett, California. Good for a 5-cent in trade. Phoenix Bar. There's another Phoenix Bar. That was a really good one. This is a melted one. It's a Parisian Bakery, Mountain View, California. Royal Novelty Company, San Francisco. I believe these are the people that made the tokens. So the token makers had made their own tokens. Kind of weird. San Jose Baking Company. I really like good for 1 loaf. I really like those baking company ones. This is one of the coolest ones. This one is a hand wrought gold rings, and I found this is from Buffalo, New York. I found this in July 2010. Okay, but do you have any more tokens? Well, let's see. Yes, I do. I have. There was a project in San Jose that was it was a railroad depot, and before that it was a 1906 San Francisco earthquake dump. What happened was, when the earthquake occurred, Southern Pacific agreed to haul away all the debris and build all the railroad properties on top of it. So that's one of the things that I do. Me and some of my friends, is we look for these railroad dumps that are very well hidden. This one was just amazing. I got about 33 trade tokens out of there, which is probably more than most people get in a lifetime. I just got lucky. And there's all kinds of stuff. This is actually well, that's not a token, so we won't talk about that. Oh, let's see. This is Roseville billiard parlor. I'm really thirsty right now. Yeah, I could use a beer or a tasty beverage. There's just lots of there's just lots of tokens. There's nothing special. They're all trade tokens or some kind of generic token. Sometimes they have a cool thing like a star-shaped hole in it, or an H. I gave a good friend of mine, Tay, a going away present, a token that had a spade punched into it. This one is a saloon token, Belvedere Saloon, San Francisco. It's tore up, but this one's not listed in the books either. So here we go. This one is good. This one is good for 5 cents in trade, and this one is the size of a half dime. If I can get that detail. I mean, that is just crazy that I was even able to find that. Here's one with a 5 punched out on it. A really ugly 5 punched out on it. Some of these tokens. Here's another part of the token cache. Bread token. Good for a loaf. Trying to find one that's got the really rare ones, like the billiard parlor. This one is good for a billiard parlor. It's really neat, really cool shape. But do you have any other tokens? Well, I don't know. Let's see. This is a box. Got some. This one's good for $1 in trade. I don't know how I detected that. That's weird. It's the jackalope. These things are not tokens, but they're still kind of neat. It is a dog license from 1897 from Rio Vista, California. I found 5 or 6 of these, all in a metal ring. The metal ring fell off, and they were all in sequential numbered order. It was really cool. Here's a oh shoot, I'm going over 10 minutes, so I guess we'll have to end this. I was going to put all this on YouTube, and hopefully I can get this all on YouTube. I think they have a 10-minute max. So anyway, there's just a lot of tokens. Bye.